Really important things like congratulating the Pearland Little League team on making the World Series. That's pretty awesome. Got a chance to, in between meetings, got a chance to watch, a little bit of the game. Just exciting as much as anything. No matter what level you play, to get a chance to move up and play in that something that's found is pretty special. So can't wait to see them kind of finish it up and bring it on home. For us, really the last day of training camp. And, describing the camp a little bit, hard, grueling. I'd say most of the guys would say that their tank is empty. And that's exactly how it's supposed to be. So we now will transition in to New Orleans a little bit tomorrow, and then just kind of getting into our preseason routine a little bit. Saw some good things. Didn't know about a lot of our players before we started, but now we do. So we have a plan. Everybody won't play the first preseason game, but the guys we feel like need to play and we need to get a look at will play. Take your question.
It seemed like you guys. Anderson's injury.
Yes.
Unfortunately, first he has it gets cleared up, but now to get hurt this bad.
It's just first it's a tough. There's no other way to describe it. We feel for Darius. He's a good football player. Has been through a little bit. Guy that showed up every day. Was doing some good things. We had a plan for him. Unfortunately, injuries are part of our game. It's just pretty much a non-contact injury that happened. He's in good spirits right now. He'll get surgery and come back as strong as ever.
The first team offense pushed the ball down the field like 5 to 7 times. Was that more of an emphasis today to push the ball vertically to challenge a little bit?
That's the emphasis every day to push it down the field. Yesterday I thought the defense did some good things. Today, of course, as you mentioned, the offense did a whole lot of good things, which is good. We're a good football team. From day to day, you want offense, defense to have their day. But for us to win games, we need to score a lot of points. We have weapons. We have the perfect guy, signal caller for our football team to start that push down the field.
Do you have any updates on Garrett Wallow, Kenyon Green, and Chris Harris?
Yeah, and I'd like to give you more of an update, but Garrett went down with an ankle injury yesterday. Kenyon has been out a while. If there's someone that's out for the season, I'll talk about them right away, which I did about Darius. The rest of the guys, we don't know exactly what the timetable is, but they'll be back.
Lovie, when you look at a guy like Derek Stingley making a couple big plays today, are you just noticing he's getting more comfortable in the system and getting more comfortable working with Dino?
No doubt he's getting better. Of course, Dino's working with him. He's a great player, and he's going to help us win a lot of football games. There were some good plays he made today. Great one would have been him catching that interception and running and scoring with it. But we like everything Derek's done since he came in the building.
Lovie, on yesterday, a depth chart was released, and how much will that change, like non-injury wise, if you don't play a lot of guys as far as preseason?
The depth chart was released yesterday. They told us we had to release the depth chart. Just from me to you, we wrote some guys down right now based on not finishing a drill in training camp. Once we get to preseason games, that's when the depth chart will mean a little bit. Right now, it's kind of we have a little depth rotation and kind of go from there. Don't put too much into the depth chart just yet.
What do you think about who has really stood out to you at that left guard?
It'd be hard to say stood out. We have you've seen the rotation that we have, and we're getting a lot of guys reps right now. But as far as stand out, the guys are showing up right now. And again, guys, I can't really point. It's about guys showing up. Coming to practice, everybody's getting better. We can talk a little bit more about how we really play after we play somebody else.
Lovie, what is it like? Take 2 or 3 hard to jump the holes. You got cut several times. Had a torn ACL. It really is. I know you said it's not a big deal. You're sitting at the starting spot on the unofficial. Jonathan Owens.
Yes.
He's been cut numerous times. Torn ACL. Practice squad. Here he is. Where's that like?
Well, I don't know about all of that. Since I've been here, I've liked Jonathan. He was one of our starting safeties at the end of last year. I can vividly recall him playing well against the Chargers. That's the Jonathan Owens I know. He's been in the building every day the building is open. He's going to help us win a lot of ball. He fits the profile on what we're looking for at the safety position.
Lovie, when going into New Orleans, are you looking at certain rep counts, or are you looking at more certain guys or players? How are you?
All of the above. Guys, first preseason game is pretty much the same across. Some guys aren't going to play. Some guys, yes. None of our guys will play the entire game. Not the first one. We have a snap count, whatever you want to say, play count on what we would like to do with the game. And a lot of this, though, since we don't scrimmage anyone, some teams scrimmage people. Some of the players that we don't really know about, that's how I see us using these preseason games, to get good live work, especially on some of the guys that we don't know. I know what Laramie Tunsil can do. I know what Brandon Cooks can do. Kristen Kirksey, and I could keep going on. Those guys won't play a lot, but those guys in those next slots, that's who we want to see play.
Why did you not have any joint practices this year?
Just don't believe in it. To me, I like going live when you have officials, you can control it. And when somebody does something really bad, there's punishment for it. So never have liked it. Hadn't done much since in about 20 years, and we don't plan on doing it.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Adam, Shaheen trade, what were you hoping to add there?
I'm sorry?
Well, I wanted to ask about the trade you all made.
Yes. Well, we're just a tight end position. We feel like we need, more bodies and more guys that, we have some move guys, but we're looking for some kind of wise inline tight ends, that can also catch the ball a little bit too. And we feel like Adam will give us that. We know a little bit about him, and he was available. And just know, guys, Nick and the crew, we're constantly looking at every guys that might be available to add to the mix. We've gone through a lot of practices now, and we feel like we need another guy at that position. Teagan, has been banged up a little bit, so that's why we went that direction. Thank you.
Yeah, health-wise, I'm feeling good. Last year, staying healthy was an issue of mine, just calling it what it is. So spent a lot of time making sure it came in healthy. Roles-wise, it's wherever Coach Mao and Coach Lovie puts me, to be honest. Whatever position that is in the defense, they're going to put all of us in the positions that's going to help out our defense the best.
Can you take me through that play with Brandon Cooks? You got the deflection there?
Yeah, it was just relying on the keys. Coach Lovie is big on our keys, So in that particular defense, I had to do my job, and knowing I'm going against an elite wide receiver who's fast, really just got to play the hands on that one. And so I was fortunate enough to rely on the keys, and it panned out for me on that.
Kevin, when you came from Washington as a defensive minded coach, do you see any similarities between him and Lovie, some differences in what they do coaching-wise or how they use the locker room?
And then we're talking about two elite coaches, so they're kind of the same when it comes to expectations. Defensive schemes could be different, but that's from team to team. But what's definitely key is their expectations. They always going to put you once again in a position where they think that you can win, and that's what we're doing here.
Kevin, you were down at linebacker drill earlier. The ball was thrown to you. You bobbled. You wound up catching it, but you bobbled it. And then you did self-punishment push-ups. What's that all about?
That's just keeping the expectations high. If it touches your hand, we should be able to catch it once. We can't just be happy with a final catch. You got an opportunity once to get it once. Because in this game, those opportunities sometimes don't come to you. So take advantage of them to when they do.
What's it like having the head coach down there? So he goes around and all day.
Oh yeah, no, for sure.
How does that help you?
You notice it sometimes, but as a professional, as we all are, we shouldn't pick up the tempo just because there's certain coaches there. We should act as though, he's always watching because everything's filmed. So he's going to see it eventually, even if he's not next to our drill. It's great. You have guys who have won or who have excelled at a high level in their careers. So it's great to have them out there. Guys, another group of guys that's going to keep us all accountable.
Kevin, when you look at the linebacker position, it's probably one of the teams that you guys have you noticed the level of expectation increase, especially Christian filling in extremely well and really stepping up and playing a variety of positions?
Yeah, it makes all of us competitive every day. We realize as a group, all of us can't stay here. but we definitely know that each of us can play on any team in the league, and it's our job to keep competing with each other, keep challenging each other each day, and try to just make the plays, and it makes it fun out there, honestly.
What do you think of what Christian Harris is doing?
That kid he's a special talent. I've been in the league long enough to notice things in guys, and he has that it factor for sure. I'm excited to really see him do his thing at this level. The sky's the limit, honestly. As generic as that sounds, I truly believe the sky's the limit for him.
Is it just the athleticism or the way he plays the position?
It's the athleticism, the way that he approaches the game as a rookie. He already has that professional mindset. I see him. I'm a guy. I'm older, so I'm always getting in early, doing things for my body, and seeing a rookie come in and do that already, it really shows where his mindset is and what he's trying to do for this team.
Kirk, you said earlier this week that he believes Christian might be the fastest linebacker in the team. Do you think that you guys want to talk to some of the receivers and run than?
I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, as much as I don't want to say as a competitor, that kid can move. So once again, once he figures it out in our system, he's going to do wonderful things.
Do you remember the first time you were as best as you did in the picture?
Do I remember the first time?
Like you came away impressed with the day.
I don't remember.
You don't remember?
Yeah.
What impression most?
Oh, impress.
Yes.
Oh, impress. Oh man, day one. He's probably the most consistent rookie I've seen in my years. Just a guy that he picked it up day one. And so we're excited to have him out there, man. He's just one of the guys. He's a rookie, but he doesn't play like one. His mentality, another guy who takes care of his body and does his thing as a professional early on. So he's a special talent too.
There's a lot put on the linebackers in this system with coverage. Do you feel like that's one of your strengths, your coverage ability?
Yeah, as a group, our strengths are both run and pass. Coach Lovie, he goes after certain types of linebackers, and we all have to realize that's the reason why we're here. We can all run, we can all cover. Doesn't mean that we're not going to work on these things every single day, but we have a bunch of athletic, fast, hard-hitting linebackers, and that's going to show in our play.
There's been a lot of chippiness and trash talking between the offense and the defense the last 2 days. Is that just you all's competitive edge and how much you're ready to play your preseason games?
Yeah, this is a part of camp. It's getting a little bit hotter. He's getting a little bit chippy, a little bit more trash talking. It's just that competitive nature, honestly, and it's great that it all stays on the field. Once we get in a little tussle, once we go to the locker room, it's all love, and it's just a part of the game, which we all appreciate. That we can all be professional about it.
All right, guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
I feel great.
Rasheem, when you look at guys like Rio and Jerry who have played in the system before, what does that do to the greatest level of standard?
To help raise the standard, it's just nice seeing guys who have been playing good ball for a long time, and it's nice playing with them because I get to pick their brains and learn a few things from them.
What do you recall the first time you came away impressed with David Picture? Maybe a play that you saw or something that you saw inside the locker room?
The first thing I can recall is him it was one play where he made a pick where he dove and caught it, which was pretty nice. And he's always a guy who carries himself well around the locker room and meetings and on the field. So I feel like he has a bright future.
You had an impressive day in one-on-ones down there, winning almost every single rep. It was mentioned that you missed a little bit of time. Does it feel like it's really starting to click for you now?
What was that last part of the question?
Does it feel like it's starting to click for you now this, dealing with the Texans after this little bit of time?
I mean, yeah, with just playing football, with this pass rushing is one of those things that just takes time. You got to keep on working your craft, and it's rare that your rushes and your technique's going to be perfect off the rip. So that's just something I've been trying to work on. Just coming into the day, just to have my mind focused on that.
Rasheem, have you noticed any similarities between Penn's defense from last year in Seattle and Lovie's defense in here?
Not particularly. Yes, they're pretty the schemes are pretty different, but like the mindset's the same. Like attack the ball, get the ball back, get sacks. You know what I mean? Stop the run. It's pretty.
Do you feel like you can succeed on this scheme both inside and out? And do you have a preference of where you lined up at?
I don't have a preference, and I feel like I can.
Why do you feel like it's a good fit for you?
I feel like it's a good fit just because I feel like just what I'm being asked to do. I mean, kind of suits my strengths. Just like playing fast. I'm on the edge, or I can rush outside, I can rush inside. You know.
Is there a boost from just being a part of a rotation in this way, or is that more or less than where you've been used to in other teams?
Can you repeat that?
Kind of like Lovie wants to have a deep defensive line.
Yeah.
Rotated. Does that give you more of a boost, or is that something that you've kind of been a part of before?
I mean, it kind of does give you a boost because the guys are out there just like, I mean, like at the end of the day, like we're all competing, but at the same time, it gives us the chance to have like the best guys and the guys that are just fresh out there on the field. So our reps are always going to be our best reps, if that makes sense.
Last couple for Shane. Going up against a guy like Larry Tunsil, going up against Wayne last year at practice, how have you noticed your passing skills?
How have I noticed what?
Your passing skills and hands.
I feel like my hands have been sharper, my keys have been more on point because with guys like Dwayne and guys like Lovie and Laramie, your rush always has to go on point from the get off to your hand placement to how violent your hands are. Like you always have to make sure you're make sure you're on point with just like from the get off to like the finish.
All good.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Definitely. I have great coaching staff. They're teaching me the game. They're helping me understand the playbook very fast. And I also have great teammates, that, lend a helping hand when I need it. So, I'm grateful for that. Speaking of teammates, what is it like playing with Jonathan Owens? Oh, it's wonderful. J.O., he's lit. He's bringing that energy every play. And, he's a great, teammate to have out there on the field because he's always making sure you know what you're doing and making sure that, you're alert with certain plays that's coming. So, I enjoy being out there with J.O.
Jalen, do you remember the first thing Joe Bennett told you or at least what he was expecting from you?
I don't. I remember, the one thing that I do remember, though, is in our room, it's a thing that right when you walk out the door, it says, I'm good. You should never say, like, I'm too good for something. Like, you should always be working to get better at something. And, I feel like he brings that every day. Coach Joe has great energy every day, and he tries to, match the players' intensity. So, I love that.
Jalen, the coaches have been talking a lot about how instinctive you are as a player, and sometimes even learning to be there, even when you're learning. At what point in this training camp are you starting to see like your instincts line up with your knowledge?
Yeah, I would say I'm still growing. I'm still, understanding the playbook, understanding what offenses like to do in the NFL. And, I love the game of football. So, I love learning every day, and I feel like, I'm doing that. So I'm just continuing to go up. I feel like I haven't, really reached any plateau yet. Like, I got a long way to go.
Jim, to see that your game translates at this level, was that sort of like something you expected, or just sort of a kind of a confidence booster just to see that plays you made in college, plays you make here too?
Yeah, coming in, I just wanted to make sure that I was confident from the start. I understand that I don't know what I'm doing fresh off, and I think that when you approach something, you got to start with confidence in order to, grasp the material and be able to go out there and make the plays when it's needed. So, I try to, approach everything with a confident mindset, and I think that's helped me.
Jalen, some of your teammates have mentioned you in their interviews on how impressed they've been with what you've been able to do early in camp. What's that respect mean to you? Although it's still early, the Yankees start the season, but that you're being noticed out here by some of your guys.
Definitely, it means the world to me. I'm trying to gain those guys' respect, and I'm trying to, show them that I belong. So, that's big that they feel like, I'm doing a great job, but, I want to continue to grow and continue to match their intensity.
You are very vocal out. You're very vocal when you're out on the field. Braylon said that the day that you got drafted, you all exchanged pleasantries, and then you jumped right into the playbook. Is that why you're so vocal out here, knowing where you need to be and what you need to do?
Definitely. You gotta know what you're doing in order to speak up. So, I take that very serious, and like I said, I'm always trying to help my teammates out in order for us, get an interception here or get a punch out there. Like, I'm always trying to, do what I can to help out my teammates. So, learning the playbook is the start to that. So that's kind of why I asked Graylin initially.
What are the things that stuck out the most so far about the pro life versus college?
I would say the quarterbacks, their decision making is very good. They're very patient. The offense is doing a great job at giving us different looks and showing a lot of different things. So I enjoy going against them, and just the overall intensity of the defense. Like, every day they come out, they're ready to compete, and that just makes me want to go harder. So just the overall atmosphere of the NFL is second to none.
Jay, you notice a foundation piece right now for Garrison. What did you learn from him in coverage, and how do you impact yourself in your future pro now that Lovie Smith is starting there?
Yeah, Stingley, he's great. He's also, a guy that I lean on, when talking about different things that the offense is trying to do. So, I love playing with him, and I love being out there with him. We're always talking about what we're about to get, and I feel like me and him are going to be great together. I love being out there with him.
Jalen, how eager are you to get into a game situation on Saturday?
Oh, I'm very eager. I love the games. In practice, you're not able to, hit and drive through finish a lot of plays. So, it'd be great to go out there and, compete with my teammates and run to the ball.
Any adrenaline going to be running through you as far as playing in front of the hometown crowd?
Not necessarily.
A lot of people in attendance, aren't you?
Yeah, definitely, but not necessarily. I had a lot of people that came to my games at Baylor, and, when you're on the field, you kind of forget about all that. All you have left is, all the studying that you did and the preparation that you put in.
NFL preseason game, do you have friends and family coming to watch?
Yes, ma'am, I do. I have a lot.
A lot?
Yes, ma'am.
Jalen, you and Derek both were coached by Dave Aranda at some point in your career. Just how many fun tidbits that you guys have talked about in practice? What do you both learn?
Just being attentive in meetings. Coach Aranda is a smart coach. Very aware coach, and he's always looking to get better and always thinking about the next step. So I see that in Stingley, and I try to take after that with Aranda as well. He was a great coach, and I'm happy that I got to play for him.
How do you connect with Lovie? I mean, obviously, you have all this experience with secondaries and coverages with you, and you guys get to sit down and talk. How are you guys connecting behind you?
We connecting well. Coach Lovie is great. He's a very energetic guy, very funny. He has some jokes here and there, but he's also very serious. He wants us to get turnovers, and he wants us to run to the ball. So I'm trying to do that, and I'm trying to bring that whenever I'm out there on the field.
Do you feel like there's any pressure on this rookie class to help rebuild this franchise? And what have you seen from Dameon Pierce?
No pressure, no sir. We're all here. Everybody's here to do a job, and I think that we all understand that. Dameon Pierce, if you in his way, he gonna run you over. So that's the one tidbit I can give about him.
And then are you going to hear about it afterwards?
Definitely gonna hear about it afterwards, and I love it.
Jay, do you ever just take a moment to realize that everything that you've gone through from being your senior at Baylor to becoming drafted to now being a starter on an NFL professional team, that all your dreams start coming true?
Definitely. I thank God for putting me, here and allowing me to do the things that, I'm able to do. I would have never guessed that he would have put me here in Houston to play in front of my, my home city. So, it's very wonderful that he chose me, and I'm very thankful for it.
Two more, guys. Jalen,
I Baylor played a lot in the box, a little bit. He did some free safety stuff too, but here he's doing a lot more free safety and box stuff. So what's that just been like for you coming into the year?
Yeah, it's a lot more patience. You are the last line of defense, so you can't be as aggressive, but it's still football. I still understand that I'm a piece of the defense and I need to do my job. So, every time I'm out there, I'm trying to do that.
Your teammates talking about your consistency. Where does that stem from? Where did you learn that?
Yeah, just in college, I understood early on that I played a lot, but I wasn't as consistent, and it led to me, seeing a lot of dips in my game production. So, every day I come out here, I try to bring the same energy and the same production in order to, see the results that I want to see.
All right. Thanks, everyone.
Thank y'all.
Appreciate it, Jim.